Hello, this is Ryan with Website Islands, and this is an introduction to your website. In this video, I'll be showing you how to upload product images and edit your products, as well as create new products and new categories in your Joomla Virtumart shopping cart. So this is the when you log in to the back end of your Joomla administration, this is the control panel. Most of this stuff you won't be touching unless you want to make edits to the site itself and the pages on the site itself, not including your shopping cart. Anything having to do with your products, your shopping cart, your shipping, products, categories, that's all going to be controlled from a component called Virtumart, which is an extension that's plugged into your Joomla website. Click on Virtumart, click on Components, and then click on Virtumart, and it'll take you to the Virtumart control panel. This is where you really want to be when you want to edit your website, since it's mostly an e-commerce, and most of the things on your website have to do with your products or your categories. So the first thing we'll do is show you how to add a product. You can click here or here, it's the same. Once you click products, you'll see a list of all your products. If you wanted to sort through your products, you can choose a category and view, for example, just antennas. And you can see that there's 65 different products listed there. You could choose just control arm brushings, and you can see that there's only 2 items listed there. And from a quick glance here, you can see if there's been an image published or not. If it says 0, there's no image. You can see the SKU, the price, the category, and whether it's been published or not. This little green check mark means it's been published. If you were to click it, it would become unpublished. You could click it again to publish it. The same here with featured. You can click it to turn it green and make it a featured item. Your featured items will display on the front end of your site in the scrolling slideshows that have been created. If you wanted to edit a product, you can just click on the product name, once the product details load up, you can edit the SKU here, edit the name here. The alias is just a copy of the product name. So usually when you're creating the product name and you save, that alias will be created automatically. However, you could edit the alias if you wanted to. You can when you enter the price, you just enter it into the first box. The rest of these boxes will be automatically filled based on rules that we've set. Since you are the manufacturer, we've left out the manufacturers feature on this site, and we haven't entered any manufacturers. However, if you did have other manufacturers, you could enter them over here on the left. And then once you've done that, you could then select them from here. Now, we have created a bunch of categories for you. And if you were to just click into any white section here, you can see all of your categories in this list. The one thing that I wanted to point out here that's important, let's say you have a category such as select your car with a lot of nested categories. A lot of times it's easiest to first add the nested category and then add the parent category. And the reason for that is you'll notice that the parent category will disappear had you entered it first, which makes it a little bit more difficult to find the subcategories that you're looking for. Since you have very few categories with nested categories or subcategories, that might not be as big of a problem as as some other sites do that have lots and lots of nested categories and parent categories. You can just X off of them if you don't want them to be in those categories. You can list a product in as many categories as you like, and you can just by clicking them and adding them individually. So one product can belong in multiple subcategories. A useful application might be not only with your makes and your models, is also, for example, if you wanted to create sale items and list them in a clearance or a sale category. Most of these other options you won't need to touch, so really you'll just be entering an SKU, a product name. The alias will be automatically created. Add a category or more, and then add the cost price, and the rest of the prices will be filled in automatically. Click the tab here and enter in a product description. You can edit this here just by typing your new text, and you have common editor features here. You can choose to save or save and close. If you have other things that you want to edit, you might want to also keep track of your stock by adding that here. I have your cart configured that even if an item isn't in stock or the stock hasn't been entered, it's still going to continue to be on your site. We could change that and have a product automatically become unpublished once it's on your site, or we could allow for the product to ask the user for a notification email so they could select notify me, or we could just allow it to continue being sold, which is what I've done. And that way you wouldn't have to enter the stock if you don't want to for any of these items that we've already added. If you do want to, you'll have to add all your stock, and then we can change the settings. Now we're doing shipping calculation based on a UPS API, and the product weight for every product is currently 1 pound, and that's the only thing you need to enter. Enter the correct weight for each product to get accurate shipping quotes. For now, everything's 1 pound, so your shipping is not going to be accurate until you update it. Once you have got the weight, just simply add in the new weight here and click save when you're done. You can edit all of these tabs and just click save one time, or if you've done a lot of work, for example, you've wrote up a detailed description and you definitely don't want to accidentally lose that information, click save whenever you want to save your information. Now with product images, when you have an image, you just click the upload file, but make sure that you've selected this box first, which is upload. The replace thumb is if you want to replace the image that's displaying on the front end. So make sure to click upload and browse, and then nothing's going to happen. It's just going to have your file name here. You're going to browse your local computer and find the file on your home computer or office computer, and then it's going to have the file name here. And when you're done, you click save, and when you save, it'll refresh the page, and you'll see your image here if you were successful. The custom fields is not something that we're using because you haven't had any different sizes or colors, but for products that do, we have to create those custom fields first, and then we can choose them here and enter in, for example, different sizes or colors. I have a tutorial on my website, websiteislands.com, with more detailed VirtueMark tutorials that explain how to create custom fields. And you can always contact me if you need to. Okay, so once you're done editing a product, you can click save and close. And basically, creating a new product is very easy. It's all of the same. Enter in the SKU, the name. This will be created automatically. Select your categories, enter your price, enter your product description. You could enter a short description, but in your site I haven't been doing that. And you don't really need to. That's a lot of times the preview text that comes up on the front of the site before you click on the details page. You can enter stock here if you need to. You can enter the weight here since we're doing weight-based shipping. You can upload your images here and then save and close. Now to create new categories is simple. Under product categories, you simply click the new button. Add a new category. You can name it whatever you want. You can mark it published if you want it to be immediately published, or you can come back in later and publish it. And you can click on, if it's a top level category, just leave it alone. But if it's going to be a nested category, for example, if it's going to be another type of car model, you would have it under here. So you would select your car as the parent category there. And this category, new category, would fall under select your car. Okay, and if you wanted to create a category image, just like products, you will upload, click browse your local computer. For example, you might upload a Honda logo or an Acura logo or something like that to improve the front end look of your site. Okay, and now you can just save and close that when you're done. I'm going to cancel because I don't really want to add that category. On the front end of your site, on the home page, you'll notice that there's a slideshow with announcements. We could remove all of those, or we can add new ones, or even put something else there. On most of the pages at the top, there's a slideshow with featured products, but in this case, on the home page, it looks nice to have a few announcements there. So you might want to put special coupons or promotions that you might either a shipping promotion or a site-wide discount, or something like that in the future. Or maybe you want to announce a new product or something like that. So you can edit the existing ones. If you wanted to change the image, you could just click on that image and then click the image button here. A little pop-up window is going to show up with different images that you already have in your uploaded. However, you could browse your local computer here and select upload. Once you've selected the image, you'll highlight it like this. You'll click on it, and once you've clicked it, it should show up here. You can see the name is changing whenever I click on a different image. So you click on the image, make sure you've selected the correct one, and click insert, and then the new image will be there. Okay. If you wanted to change the text, it's just like an email or any other common word editor. Highlight the text that you want to delete and delete it on your keyboard, or add new text, and you have all the common editor functions here. This should be pretty self-explanatory. When you're done, don't forget to click save or save and close. A lot of times I'll save and then view it on the site, make sure it looks the way I want it to look, and then I'll come back and edit it a little bit more and save it again, and then save and close when I'm done. Like I said, you could edit any of your existing demo slides that I created for you, or you could create a new one by clicking new. Make sure that it's assigned to the category slides. You may have multiple different categories here, and you can easily narrow it down to the category that you want by clicking it. For example, clicking slides shows me just the slides. I think there's some demo content that I might delete after this tutorial. Okay, so that's pretty much how you edit the slides. I've already showed you how to edit a product, create a new product, or add a new category. And that's most of the common functions that you'll be doing on your website. If you want to do something else, just contact me. I do recommend to go through your site, add something to the cart, and create a new user account. Try both. Try checking out as a guest or registering and checking out, and go through the process. You don't actually have to physically buy the product to test out your cart. You can make it all the way to the PayPal screen just to see what it looks like and then cancel the order from there. But that will give you an idea of the process and what your customers need to go through to order something on your site and make sure everything's the way you want it. And then go ahead and contact me if you needed something edited. Thanks for watching.